My dad actually lives in Korea right now, and he's on a business trip to China. It's very fascinating. You see China on the rise recently, and Mandarin is going to be the language of business soon.
How about introduce yourself in Mandarin?
我叫查补安. In grade 9, we have 3 choices for a third language. I chose Mandarin because Mandarin will be the next big language along with English within the next 20 years. Yeah, Dr. Gao she is a very understanding kind of person, and she also is very patient. It was pretty challenging for some of us because the way of pronouncing things, also like way of understanding things are different because we're growing up in different cultures. I will continue taking Mandarin. I would love to become fluent in the language, and I actually would love to go to China sometime.
The vision of St. Mary's University is for our students to aspire to be global citizens. It means that they can relate to other cultures, other traditions, so the Confucius Institute fits beautifully within that context. I certainly took a personal interest in this because I first went to China in the mid-80s and have kept in touch ever since.
That's how important it is, and that's how the whole society is supporting this. Quote-unquote public education now.
They're curious. They want to learn more about a country that perhaps when they were growing up was pretty well closed to Western influences. You know, we talk about lifelong education. Well, here's an opportunity for our faculty and staff to not only excel in their own fields, but then to go outside the boundaries a little bit and learn something about different cultures.
In 2006, we moved to China. I was with a food ingredients company, and we were looking to grow our business by expanding to Asia. We moved to Shanghai as a family of 5. The kids went to an international school, and they were young enough to basically completely immerse, and it was a wonderful experience. It's very traditional Chinese. If you go into a restaurant, all the chairs have these kind of Chinese coverings. This particular unit here was made for us when we were in Shanghai, and other examples of different pieces that we picked up.
What's up, Dad?
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm good.
Currently, my son David is in Fujian province, and he's in a city called Xiamen, and he's attending courses at Xiamen University.
So I did a big tour, and I just started north in Harbin.
David first became exposed to Mandarin, obviously, when we moved to China, and when we ended up leaving, he had a strong basic level of Chinese that he wanted to continue with and build on. David was taking courses, participating every week at the Confucius Institute here in Halifax. He was basically speaking to the director soon before he graduated from Halifax Grammar, and the director was basically orientating him to the fact that there's scholarships available, whereby students can be selected to physically go to China and spend a year doing language immersion.
就是很好的气氛，很暖和，我习惯的比较快，就是因为是那么舒服啊。
I'm convinced. By the end of this academic year, David is planning on taking a test that establishes very solid bilingual fluency.
I've seen a lot of potential in China for business and a future life because I've gotten so used to it too. I mean, I'm used to living here and I really want to keep living here.
In the late fall months, we had a visit from the Chinese ambassador to Canada. We talked about the Confucius Institutes across the country, trade, and as a sign of friendship between China and Nova Scotia, he brought me this panda to keep in the house here as a memento of his visit. I would say the Confucius Institute is, starting to give a lot of us more of an insight into China. We went to this event where singers, dancers, musicians performed and put on quite a concert.
I've been very lucky to be exposed to China, and it's contributed a lot to the companies that I've been associated with.
It offers opportunities not just for people at St. Mary's, but the wider community. Everything I've seen so far in terms of what we've done and what is planned in the future shows great promise.
I dream of myself becoming an ambassador to a different country. The more languages, the more culture you know, it really opens things up for you.